What's up, y'all? Thanks for stopping by the Surge T channel. I'm Surge T, and in this video, I'll be doing my rundown and thoughts on NXT UK for the 11th of November 2021. And let's get to it. Nathan Frazier versus Mark Andrews. And remember, this was a match that was pretty much set up out of mutual respect. Last week, they had a run in and they talked to each other. Nathan Frazier was looking at some matches involving Mark Andrews, kind of, I guess he was just trying to bone up on Mark Andrews' matches so that one day he might face the guy who he has like an admiration for, has been a long time fan of. But this match, wow, very, very athletic. I loved this match. Really, really, these two really, really match up. They really, really do have good chemistry in this ring, in that ring. And they had a hold for hold, and they countered each other, counter for counter, and a lot of technical stuff going on. I love this. I just loved it. And it's a match that I would like to see a part two. And even after the match, they both had respect, mutual respect. They shook each other's hand, and the way it ended, we saw Mark Andrews reverse a Magistral cradle by Nathan Frazier. He reversed that, and he ended up, you know, creating a pinning combination that won this match, for him. What did he do? Like when he went for the Magistral Cradle, he kind of put his hand down or his foot down to stop the momentum and actually just kept him in place so that his shoulders were pinned to the mat. Like I said, an amazing match, great spots, and like I said, I love the chemistry between these two. It's just like you get these two guys have never faced each other before, and it's just like magic. And that's why a lot of the rivalries and a lot of the great matches down in history of wrestling, or whatever company or promotion it is because the people in the ring have a great chemistry, and so they know how to work off each other. They know how to just everything that they needed to do to pull out a great match. And wouldn't mind seeing this match again. Now, Sam Gradwell and A Kid, they look to fight in the ring. Sam Gradwell's, I don't know, blowing up some steam or something in the back, backstage, and A Kid sees him and says, "Yeah, you're talking stuff about my nonsense." He's talking about my country and everything like that. Well, how about we do this in my language? And then Sam Gradwell's talking Spanish. He's like, "Oh no, fight." So let's see. And then Sam Gradwell, he won his previous match. So let's see if he continues that momentum. Because he talks a lot of crap and he never backs it up. So let's see. And here's the thing, man. I'm like, oh no, the tag team champions, the Pretty Deadly, they take on Magic Mike live. They're going through those, exercises, if you can call them, and stuff like that. And it's just like, it's not my thing, and I just pass. I'm like going, I mean, why are you exposing me to that? But I don't go to those things. I don't watch men strip. I don't watch men Chippendales and all that stuff. Like, why? Why are you exposing me to that? You know, I've not even watched Magic Mike the movie, so Now, Saxon Huxley and Kenny Williams. Kenny Williams is writing something on the wall, something that you would do in the bathroom. And then he's wondering how come people are making noise, and then he finds out, oh, it's Saxon Huxley. Yeah, I'm sorry, man, blah blah blah, and stuff. And he insults him by saying that he's smarter than him in the ring and stuff like that. And he throws his towel or something at Saxon Huxley, and then Saxon Huxley runs after him, calling him Kenny Cockroach. Because he's the cockroach, right? He's the scum of the earth. Tries to say it with like he's pleased to say it and refer to himself as that, but it's just like, really, does it make you look thing? Really? Now, Aaliyah James, she confronts Nina Samuels as she is conducting her show. The Nina Samuels show, right? Really not much. She couldn't even conduct an interview with Isla Dawn. She just walks right by her, starts laughing. Isla Dawn does, looks at Aaliyah James. She backs up against the wall. She's scared of Isla Dawn. Who wouldn't be? Because I don't want her to grab a piece of my hair or my cloth or a piece of my shirt because she might put a spell on me. That's the reason why she gets everybody scared of her. Not because she's a winner in the ring. She apparently doesn't care about winning. She just takes trinkets and trophies and makes witches brews with it and stuff like that. And she made Nina Samus made a mockery of James and her one victory in over a year. It took her a year to get that one victory. And hopefully I'll see those two in the ring because Nina Samus is doing a lot of talking in recent weeks. I don't think I can't remember the last time she had a wrestling match. So let's see what happens next week. Is she going to have a match? We'll see. Then Gallus. They talk family. And why do I feel that Joe Coffey has joined Tio Man's family? When they were talking, he kind of was like just looking off to the side. When they were talking about how Tio Man keeps talking about family, but we're family. Gallus, we're family. We're brothers. And Joe Coffey did say something about Tio Man, and it made me think, okay, maybe he's not, but there's an underlying thing that makes me think that he secretly has joined them, which wouldn't make sense. I don't know what would be the reason. Maybe they want to make a fresh feud, brother against brother, Joe against Mark. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. Like I don't know if they're gonna go that route. But NXT UK has done a lot of good things, so maybe they'll make it work. We'll see. Now, Danny, Luna, and Subculture celebrate 2 wins tonight. Well, let's go back because I did my notes. I did skip the one with Daniel Luna. She took on Stevie Turner, and Stevie Turner falls victim to it wasn't a slingshot. I thought it was a slingshot, but Danny Luna had her in a torture rack move, and then Stevie Turner had her hands on the top rope, but then Danny Luna was able to pull her off of that, and then she, connected or delivered a sit-out power bomb, and she picked up the victory, and she continues her winning ways. She's been winning a number of matches, and she may be in line for another title shot. And all she has to do is go up to the champ, the final boss, Meiko Satomura, and she will definitely receive that challenge, and she will accept the challenge because he's a fighting champ. Now, speaking of Danny Luna and Subculture, they celebrate 2 wins tonight. Of course, not Flash Morgan Webster because he's the guy that feels like he has to slap somebody in the face in order to intimidate them to provoke them into giving them a match, and which he's lost. Well, he lost twice already, right? So, he needs to take notes from his fellow Subculture mates there and start winning. And then they're talking about that, and then Flash Morgan Webster is talking about how we start from the bottom and we work our way to the top. Seems like he wants to stay at the bottom, and Blair Davenport even asks them and tells them y'all should stay at the bottom because if you work your way to the top, she says that she would just send them back down to the bottom. So Blair Davenport is kind of like poking at the Subculture, kind of making them, like, come on, you want to fight? Like, especially Danny Luna. I think they're gonna have a match next week. I hope. So we'll see. You'll see if Danny Luna can step up to Blair Davenport and beat her. I don't know. Did he have a match before? Well, I know if they had a match before that Blair Davenport beat her because Blair Davenport is undefeated if I remember correctly. But that'll be a good match. I love Danny Luna. Powerful. She's built like a powerhouse, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? But she's also very athletic too. There's some things she was doing in that match with Stevie Turner where she did her moves, and then when she was on her back, she just did a nip up. I'm like going, whoa, this girl is athletic as well. But no surprise, right? Even the biggest dudes, you've seen them do nip ups and all that stuff. I mean, I think the Big Show or even Kane did that one time. Like, you know what I mean? Sure. Now, final, the main event is the Fatal 4-Way for the number 1 contender ship to the NXT UK Tag Team titles, currently held by Magic Mike's newest, the Tag Team champs, what do you call it? The Pretty Deadly. I love them as a team. I think they're great, but some of them the extracurricular stuff they do on Twitter. I mean, not Twitter, but TikTok and even that Magic Mike thing. I prefer not to watch that, but whatever. Now, Oliver Carter and Ashton Smith take on Jack Stars and Dave Mastiff, who take on Symbiosis, who take on Mustache Mountain four of their top teams, and you talk about a tag team division in WWE, here you go. These teams have been together for the longest time, and they have developed an amazing rapport, an amazing chemistry, a great tag team cohesion. They have been together long enough that they can build that. WWE is just like, oh, once a team builds up that type of thing that I just said, oh, let's split them up. I want this guy to go on a one-on-one thing with this guy. And then I want the other guy to just run around and chase after the 24/7 champion. You know, WWE doesn't. Come on, WWE. And I'm talking about NXT UK as if it's a different entity, and it always comes off like that. Like WWE doesn't have their mitts in there. They're just letting Sid Scala and Johnny Saint and whomever else is there, maybe Robbie Brookside, to just do their thing with they're not bothering them. And I was just thinking the other day, I go, it's sad that I don't see on Twitter or anything or social media about NXT UK. Like they just don't report on it. You guys are sleeping on probably one of the best brands and probably one of the best amongst the best wrestlers that on a brand. These guys are all great. The women are all great. You know what I mean? Look what Doudop's doing now on the main roster. She kind of is coming into her own now. She's like looks like she's good. She's definitely a heel. She attacked Bianca Belair. So hopefully they make her a monster heel. Enough with the pink, pretty clothes. She's a pretty girl. And, that's not it. Put her in leather. Put her in something that's going to, make her like the monster heel. Dark. Well, I want to see that. But, yeah, this match was it's a lot of fun. I don't. Sometimes I don't like watching multi-man tag matches. Sometimes they're just all over the place and there's no chemistry between the teams. But these guys really, really pulled it off. I loved everything about it. They got all their stuff in. They were going for. They were acting as if this was the match they needed to win. And yeah, you have to win it. And there's not a elimination style thing where you could just kick back and let the other teams eliminate each other. If you see somebody going for a pin, you better take your ass and put them in, jump into that ring and break up the count. You can't sit on your laurel. Every time somebody from another team backs up in your corner, these guys are tagging them so that they can come in. And you think that certain teams are going to win, but then the other team comes in and saves the day, kind of thing. But then in the end, the Mustache Mountain, Tyler Bate and Trent Seven pull off the victory with the assisted Burning Hammer, or Birmingham Hammer, and Bate pins Primate. Yeah, it rhymes, huh? And they move on to face the tag champs, Pretty Deadly. Don't know when that's going to be, but I'm looking forward to that match because we saw that match before, and it was a great match. Those guys came close. Mustache Mountain to becoming the champions. But that's what the match that opened my eyes to Pretty Deadly, is that they're not just another couple of pretty faces kind of guys that are all about their looks, all about wearing clothes that show off their sexiness or whatever you want to call it. They're all about that. They're very pompous. They're very flamboyant. Like pretty boys and all that stuff, right? And you don't think that they can wrestle, but that match got really physical, and they got physical back. They didn't just lay back and scamper and run back to the up the rampway and get counted out. They stuck it out, and they ended up in the end defending their titles against one of the toughest tag teams, and probably one of the most seasoned tag teams in this division, in this even in all of NXT UK. But I enjoyed it as usual. I always enjoy NXT UK. I love the main event. I liked all the matches. I think they all offered something in the program, and they moved the show along, and nothing slowing anything down. So I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. As always, I'm just a big NXT UK fan. But anyway, that's my video. So for those of you who stopped by and checked it out, I appreciate it. And in closing, as always, take care.